So today's the first day after the surgery. I actually slept pretty well, didn't need the painkillers, feel very normal, which is unexpected compared to last year. And yeah, just been editing some of the vlog, been relaxing, and basically what I need to do for the next 3 weeks is nothing, just keep the arm still in the cast. I have an appointment with the surgeon in 3 weeks' time to sort of go over the next steps and stuff like physio and that. I have to see a nurse every other day to change the part of the bandage, and then I also just need to ice the arm regularly. Yeah, that's the update for this morning. Just sort of been trying to make do with one arm, making food with one arm, getting dressed with one arm, all this stuff. It's a challenge, but it's okay. Fingers are nice and swollen. Okay, so it's the first time I've left the house since coming back from the hospital. I'm going on a really short walk just to get some fresh air. Every time I take a step, I can kind of feel my arm shaking, and I'm like paranoid that I'm like damaging the healing process, scarring process, so I'm really going to keep this short. But wow, look at this scenery. So nice. I love this place. Almost end of day one post-surgery, and I've basically just been trying to sort out physio appointments and asking for my work schedule early so I can sort of fit in the appointments, like obviously not during my shifts, but I haven't heard anything back yet. So yeah. Hello, it's the second day after the surgery. Really running low on ideas of things to vlog because like nothing's happening. I'm just kind of resting. This morning I saw a nurse who replaced my bandage with like a plaster. So I sort of got to see the scar. I couldn't film it because obviously like she didn't want to be in the video. I'm really not in much pain at all. Like I'm not really taking any of the painkillers. I'm just taking anti-inflammatories, and I'm eating so much fruit. I'm like, get those vitamins. Not sure it's going to do anything, but I've just been FaceTiming friends quite a lot, which has been really nice. Best way to have time go by when you can't do much. Been reading. I don't know if you guys know Sporkle, but it's a really cool like website that you can do general knowledge quizzes on. I just did a lot this morning. It's a bit of my geeky side. I love geography quizzes. So this is what I got for putting European countries on the map. Right then, that's what I get for the US states. Not very good. There's a bit of a rough patch down here. But yeah, have a look at this. So pretty. Look at that. It was even stunning in the winter when there were like no leaves, but now it's like, wow, gorgeous. Day 3 post-op, nothing much to report other than dry shampoo is my bestie and I look like a bit of a mess, but it's fine, it's okay. I've been trying to teach myself to write with my left hand because I need to be able to write for my job, so that's a bit stressful. I've also been learning a language. Take a guess at what this language is. Good luck, it's not the most common one. Yeah, I called a physio today to try and book some appointments in advance, and she said she would only take me in once I send her like a prescription and the summary of my surgery, so I've asked my surgeon for that. I'm feeling maybe a little bit more pain around the scar, but nothing unbearable. So yeah. So I've just gotten off a Zoom call with my sports psychologist that I get to see like as a resource through my school's like athletics department, which is amazing. I've been seeing her since like October, and I just wanted to say like how much she's managed to help me shift my mindset. Like in October I was like thinking, if I can't play tennis, my life sucks. Like I'm nothing if I'm not a tennis player. And it was obviously like really harmful way of thinking. And now, you know, I've just had surgery to hopefully be able to play tennis again, but my mindset like is that the stakes aren't so high anymore. I'm thinking, well, it'd be nice to be able to play again, but now like there's so much more to my life than just playing tennis. Like there's other things I do that I can enjoy, and that like I'm focusing more on the person I am rather than, oh, the things I can do. It's more like what kind of person am I to be around. And she has helped me so much to get to that stage. And I just wanted to say, you know, you hear a lot about people say about sports psychology, but not really say the specifics of how it helps. Well, that's how it's helped me. And I think like when you're injured, it's just such a such a help. Yeah, I just wanted to talk about that quickly. Perks of having a wardrobe that consists of 90% oversized men's clothes. Day 4, still feeling pretty good. Had a bit of a difficult night because my arm was pretty painful. I think it's because the scar is starting to form and stuff like that. And I also took like no painkillers, like not even paracetamol, so that's probably why the pain was a bit worse. But I still feel like pretty good, and yeah. So yeah, as I said earlier, 4th day after the surgery, I had to see a nurse today to change the bandage again. The most of the time, like, having removed the cast, to ice the scar area because there's a bit of bruising, but actually nowhere near as much as last year. I'll put in just like a quick comparison picture of what it looked like today versus the scar last year. The nurse is great, like she knows so much. She was saying to me that muscles take about 6 weeks to like scar and heal properly. So I'm assuming that means that I'm not going to be doing any strengthening until at least 6 weeks after the operation. And at first, physio will mainly be massaging the scar. So, you know, like that was news to me. I didn't realize it took so long for tissues to heal. And I remember last year after my surgery, you know, they obviously cut into your skin and muscles and stuff. And not even 3 or 4 weeks after the surgery, I was already like doing all the upper body machines at the gym and stuff. Like my physios told me it was fine, but like I don't think it's fine if a muscle takes 6 weeks to heal, strengthening it like 3 weeks after. So I'm kind of annoyed about that. You know, it seems so obvious now that I did the wrong things. And yeah, she just said again how important it is to massage the scar, which like I knew already, but it's good to hear it again. And she actually told me to get physio to do it and not do it myself. Last year my surgeon was like, oh, just do it yourself. But obviously how am I going to know how to properly massage a scar? So yeah, just being reminded very frequently at the moment of like just how important it's going to be to take it easy and allow everything to heal properly before, you know, pushing at the gym and strengthening and trying to be back on a court and stuff. So, you know, it's good. I've learned stuff from last year. I've learned that there's no point in rushing. That doesn't mean that like my desire to be back is any less. I'm just being smarter with like listening to my body and allowing it to heal and not putting any time pressure. I've been doing some good sports psychology work today. Basically, there's this idea that like there's 10 thinking errors that people tend to do. It's things like all or nothing thinking, catastrophizing, disqualifying the positive, overgeneralizing, jumping to conclusion, should statements, so like I should have done this, or I should do this, I must do this, things like that. And basically my sports psychologist asked me to write down the sort of negative thoughts I have about my recovery and assign them to a category. So like an example would be, I'm going to be in pain for the rest of my life. That's a thought I have very, very often. And that is a jumping to conclusions, predicting the future error. And so she told me for every sort of negative thought to label it as one of the distortions and then write a reframing statement. So for that example of I'm going to be in pain for the rest of my life, a reframing statement would be, well, there's no way of knowing that. I can't predict the future. While I've had pain for a very long time, there's also been moments during that time that there hasn't been pain. Now that I've had the surgery and that the problem has essentially been fixed, then there's no reason why I will continue to be in pain. At least like in the long term. I'm expecting pain short term, which is normal, but yeah, it's things like that, like basically catching yourself out when you're thinking irrationally and replacing it with a more rational thought. And that is something I've been doing for weeks, and it really helps. Day 5, post-surgery, last day of taking the anti-inflammatories, which I'm very happy about. Feeling so exhausted this morning, like I went back to sleep about 9 times. Yeah, nothing else to report. Alright, day 6 after the surgery. I'm getting a bit fed up because my scar hurts and my whole, like, it's so uncomfortable being in the sling for so long. Like, especially at night, I'm finding it so hard to, like, find a comfortable position, and, like, my arm is so stiff and everything, but, like, I know it'll be worth it, but I'm getting a bit impatient because I've still got, like, 2 weeks to go with this on, so, yeah. But otherwise all good. I have a couple of work things later today on Zoom, so I've had to make a bit of an effort with my outfits as opposed to the other days. But yeah. So it's been a week since the surgery already. Starting to get a bit more pain on the scar, and which is normal, but there's something that's happening that I'm a bit worried about, is that I'm getting quite a lot of numbness in my fingers, and specifically the last 2 fingers, which are like the ones controlled by the ulnar nerve, which is the nerve I have a problem with. The nurse saw that there's like a pretty big bruise since yesterday, like on the elbow, and she thinks that that bruising is like pressing down on the nerves and making them numb and stuff. And whenever I put ice, this is something I had problems with before the surgery anyway, like my nerve instantly goes numb. And so she told me to call the surgeon and like basically tell him what's going on and ask him what he thinks I should do, if it's normal, if we need to go see him earlier or something like that. So yeah, I don't feel too good about that. Like, I feel quite anxious. I hate like having these weird sensations, especially the numbness, because that was the main thing I had before surgery, like the main sort of symptom. But I'm trying to put into practice the sports psychology stuff I was saying earlier, that like I can't predict the future, I don't know what this means, I can't jump to conclusions, and I'm gonna control the things I can control, which is to obviously tell the surgeon about this and see what he says. In the meantime, I thought I would show you all the little equipment needed to change the bandage. There's a lot of stuff, so let's go. First of all, soap and water to wash the arm, betadine and some sterile wipes to put it on, so that's just to clean the wound area. We have these steri strips, which basically is like this little piece of adhesive bandage that like helps to close the scar properly. It looks like that. And these dressings which go over the steri strips and just cover the wound. Then lastly we have this roll of like, I think it's called like Tubi Grip or something. It's basically like bandages that kind of look like a sock that you just put over a limb, and some scissors to cut it. And so this just basically goes over the plasters, the dressings and stuff, and it's basically so that my arm isn't directly in contact with the cast, because that would be kind of hard and painful. So this is just like for comfort, not really for style. So I've got an appointment with the surgeon tomorrow so that we check like what's going on, because basically there's a bruise that formed. I'll put the picture there. There's a bruise like really close to where the nerve was. And it's basically like my arm feels really numb because the bruise is pressing down on everything, and I'm a bit worried about how that's affecting the whole scarring process. And I'm a bit paranoid, but I'm just anxious about it going well. Don't you just love it when the internet gives you conflicting information. You can apply heat to clear away the bruise. Don't apply heat on the bruise. Like, what is the truth? Man, today is so difficult. I'm in a lot of pain. I can't really get comfortable. The arm hurts, whatever position I put it in. The bruise hurts if my arm feels numb and trapped. And I'm feeling anxious about it. I just had like a work medical visit and they were like, oh, we can't say that you're apt to work. And there was another doctor there that said, when I told him about my surgery and stuff, he was like, oh, well, you'll probably never be able to play tennis again. Bear in mind, I had just met him, and like, it's just hard when you get all this doubt kind of thrown at you to like not freak out and feel negative. So yeah, today's really difficult, but I'm hoping that tomorrow will be better and seeing the surgeon will help. But anyway, I'm gonna end the vlog here. So yeah, see you soon.